Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. Today, the new shop is getting insulated. If you missed the last episode of putting up that 2-post lift, I included a link down in the description below. I also covered some general updates for the shop just to catch everybody up to speed as to where I'm currently at, because there's been a lot of progress over the last month, but it's been slow and steady progress, nothing like really video appropriate, so I just covered the updates. As you can see, we've got lights. The HVAC units are in, so it's really coming together. The insulation is gonna be one of, if not the most important parts of this build, because as much as I've enjoyed my old shop, when the temperatures get to their extremes in the summer and winter time, that place can be quite unbearable to work in because it's not insulated at all. So with this shop, I'm basically encasing the entire inside in closed cell foam, which is an amazing product. It's a little on the expensive side. It's definitely more expensive than your traditional fiberglass insulation, but for a metal building and sealing up cracks, especially when you have walls that aren't as thick as the traditional like stick-built house or garage walls, it's an awesome product. And I'll basically be showing you guys the process of doing that because it's really quite interesting. Before we get started, let's do a quick recap on the shop, especially for those who are just now tuning into the series. Thank you so much for watching, it really means a lot. The shop is 70 feet wide, 30 feet deep, and it has 14-foot walls. I have 3 10x10 insulated bay doors and a 36-inch insulated side door. There's also a handful of insulated windows left over from our house build. With a shop of this size and the amount of prep work that needed to be done beforehand, the foam crew is estimating about a 3-day process, which I think is awesome. They've already been out, as you can see, by the plastic to start the initial prep work. They still have a little bit left to do. I think they'll end up finishing around midday today and then start the foam process after that. I haven't bothered to film any of the initial prep work so far just because yesterday it was raining so hard you could barely hear yourself thinking here. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how much the insulation, of course, affects thermal efficiency and just general comfort, but also how much it'll hopefully deaden noise. And of course, we'll talk about that later. I think the foam crew is just about to get here, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the last bit of filming that I need to do, and then we'll start following the process.
I'm good right there. Alright, now the front. Alright, there. See the phone's going down, and the handle's getting forward.
All right, we are in day 2 of foaming. Everything is looking really, really good. The guys have already been out here working on the roof some. They've got that side going, and it looks amazing. Daniel, AKA Foam Daddy, has been laying down this foam like butter. It looks amazing. And the other guy's been going behind him, as you've seen, and scraping all of the metal poles and laying down some of those high spots, which is gonna make it super nice when it comes to putting up the metal walls. It's going to save a lot of time. Definitely not something they had to do, but I very much appreciate it. They're really going above and beyond on this thing. But the closed cell foam, it's amazing. Like when it's cured, it's hard as a rock, and it's filling up all of the cracks and little crevices and stuff, which is really why I picked this foam over open cell foam. You know, they both have similar properties as far as like, you know, foaming and what they're supposed to do, but the closed cell is going to be a lot more of a dense material, so it's going to have a higher R value than open cell foam. And you know, being that the walls aren't very thick to begin with, that's going to be very helpful for, you know, energy savings and keeping this thing comfortable year round. But I'm super excited. I think they're about to get started once again, so let's keep watching.
it, man. That's it. I'll put any more in the description down.
What was it? Hey, can you reach across there and make me a line? Here, right here to my hand, sure. Oh, I'll come off? Hell yeah. Here's your razor knife.
All right, everyone, the foaming is finished and it turned out fantastic. Now it's time to start getting some walls up. I've got another crew getting started with that right now. I'm gonna do metal walls to complement the exterior, two-tone white on black. I decided to leave the ceiling exposed. I ended up painting the closed cell foam black. You can actually paint it with the proper paint, and it turned out so good. I think the full realization of it all, coming together is gonna be when it's all done, but having that black ceiling with the white walls and the bright high bay LED lights is gonna be very bright, very impactful, and it's gonna be super clean. So let's check it out. Now that the walls are in, the shop is pretty much finished. I still have to get the 4-post lift installed, as well as all of the air piping, which I'll end up tying into the old shop as well. The next video I shoot on the shop build is going to focus on the lift and the air piping, so it just gives you an idea of what's to come. I also am going to start moving things in and organizing, decorating, and all of that, so there will be like a full in-depth tour of the shop when I get it presentable, I guess is probably the right word, but it's really come together. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate the support and of course the understanding with all of the sporadic content scheduling and stuff. It's been rough to try to figure out, but it's gonna be all worth the wait, I know it. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to, because there's always a lot more content where that came from. And of course, don't forget to leave a like below because it really helps the videos a lot. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.